Cochita de la Mama.
There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and buenos dias, and welcome back to the Daily News Flash on the Sean Atwood channel with me, Ron Swanson. We're here with Paula M and Lady Letitia to start us off. I just want to say to everybody, thank you very much for who's been coming over to my Twitter, hit the triple digits yesterday. Really appreciate that. And we have a video tonight. I think it's 9:30. I filmed this back in April with NT, and I think you guys are going to like it. I'll play a little clip for it.
Hey guys, I'm NT Lawyer, and I've been covering Sean Combs probably since the time I started my website, crazydaysandnights.net. So probably 2006, 2007 is when I really got involved in it. And there's always, if you go back and you look, you'll find that I've talked about Sean Combs and Justin Bieber 15 years ago. Talked about Sean Combs and Usher. These are things that I always, the term open secret, but everybody knew.
Yeah.
But one of the things that has not come up yet is Jennifer Lopez and whether or not she lied to the police about who had the gun. Well, I think that everybody's afraid of Jay-Z for the most part. I think that 50 Cent, he's out here saying, oh, all these things. But yeah, he's lobbing bombs too. But the thing is, 50 Cent has a bunch of skeletons in his closet, and I don't think that he really wants to play that game.
So yeah, make sure you come and check that out. Now listen, before we get into any shenanigans, we have Julia episode 7 tonight. Okay. And this is the one where you all need to be sat down and paying attention, ready to share, calling your mums, calling your grannies, calling everyone, because this is bombshell. Doesn't quite describe it all. So yeah, but before we do that, look at these two wonderful ladies on the panel with me today. Paula, how are you doing today? Tell us how life is. It's been a while. It's fantastic to see you. Tell us how you've been.
I've been great. Just doing my show, my channel thingy. So I want to thank everybody for always showing support and always showing up. Yeah, and my Spanish thing is the same. I did a video that's very important because I don't know if you know this about Fidelity Charitable.
Okay.
You've all heard about Harry and Meghan Markle got a 6 million total donation, one of 2 million and one of 4 million. And it was done through Charitable Fidelity. No, Charitable. Yeah, Fidelity Charitable, sorry. So I went looking for it because they failed to disclose 4 million.
Okay.
So I went looking for who owns Fidelity Charitable, and it's not good. It always ends up in BlackRock and Schwab. And that Schwab guy.
Like, do you know, when people start digging like Paula, right? I met a guy recently called Gary who's got major Paula investigate. I mean, he's a former policeman, right? But he's got he's got Julia and Paula level. I come with receipts. It would actually be helpful if he came with a projector and a PowerPoint presentation, because the guy has traced some terrifying things to some of the most powerful people within the UK, all tying back to properties for false charities. And exactly like you're saying, Paula, it's if you start picking away at labels, you're going to find things
It's not that hard. It's not that hard because Fidelity Charitable is owned by Fidelity International. Procter & Gamble is owned by BlackRock. Disney does business. Bob Iger does business with Procter & Gamble. They do so many projects together.
Well, this is it though. It's the same, like 24 people that run the planet. I mean,
Pretty
look at all the major companies: music, Hollywood, snacks. What's the one where you take stuff from one place to the other? It's not distribution. It's something else. It's the moving of stuff.
Unwanted.
What the hell is it called? Someone in the side chat will tell me what it's called.
Traffic?
No. It's not haulage. It's not. There's another name for it, but I'm too stupid this morning to remember it. All these people tend to have ownership of it all. We were saying yesterday, how can a music industry, right, be criticized by logistics?
Smuggling.
No, logistics. It's logistics.
It's smuggled, isn't it? When you bring something to another place, isn't it smuggled?
Yeah, but we're talking about legal stuff. So logistics. So if you've got 40,000 containers in China that need to come to Canada, there's big boats that move all that. And believe me, mad. If you control all of this stuff and you've got Diddy coming out in the news and you own the news and you own the music industry that Diddy's part of, having one criticize the other doesn't really make too much sense now, does it? That's why we always get this toned down narrative. And do you know what's really interesting, Paula? Right? I just want to say this to everyone out there that criticizes YouTubers. So they done a research into the last political debate, America's political debate that took place. And they realized that more people watched it being restreamed on Rumble or Twitch or YouTube than actually watched it live on any of the news coverage portals. One guy on Rumble had close to 400,000 live viewers as he broke this down. That was more than some of the news stations had tuning in. So I just want to say to all those people that want to sit here and criticize all us people on YouTube, there's a serious shift that has taken place. Because now that when we talk about all the younger generation, the new generations, all this talking about how they get their news from new sources, this is completely backs that up, because it was a staggering figure. So that was just a little win for all of us online creators there, I think. But listen, before we get into this, everybody, can you please make sure you like, subscribe, and most of all, share YouTube and the powers that be. Don't like it when we talk too badly about their friends. So, but before we get into that, Letitia, looking fabulous as always, on the most freaking Disney princess looking bed in the history of. How have you been keeping? What's been going on with you?
I've been good. Hello, side chat. I just got back from a wedding in Atlanta. It was really nice, and my daughter was sick a few days, and now she's back at school. So I'm doing good.
Nice. Awesome. I just want to say as well, big shout out to my Discord community, KLG. You've got a couple of your posts that we're going to feature today, because like KLG came in hard with the triggering main channel posts on Discord, and we're going to go through a couple of them just shortly. We are going to touch on some royal stuff, because I believe Harry has been at some children's madness in the UK. We've got startling footage of him being confronted suddenly by Meghan, who wasn't meant to be here, as she jumps out of a hole in the wall. We've got plenty of stuff. But I know a lot of you are looking forward to a royal update, because listen, it's exciting when we don't talk about it for a couple of days. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It makes me less likely to hunt these two down and do terrible things, allegedly. Okay, so
London.
Oh, we're gonna find out later, Letitia. Don't trigger her too early. Okay, if we trigger her too early, she's just gonna fucking go, man. All right, gonna go. All right, we just need to focus, and then when we get to that point, we can just. Yeah, we need royal updates, man. Right. Okay. So obviously the big news, Paula, Letitia, is Diddy accused of abusing 9-year-old boy and spiking drinks with horse tranquilizers, as 120 victims come forward with shocking claims.
120.
All right, mate. So what? Like, I'm not being funny, but when you listen to that guy's press conference and he talks about the thousands of people that called in, and they've whittled it down to 120 because, and I just want to clarify, right? We're just going to listen to a little bit of this, because this is prevalent to what I'm about to say. Oh my God.
Firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know, in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. I want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of.
All right. So
Wow.
25
Wow.
minors as young as 9. Like, this whole situation is spiraling and is painting the picture that that so many people online have spoken about for years, this open secret with Diddy. And I mean, personally, I said this at the start. If I was the FBI, I'd have Diddy in one of those Pope bulletproof bubbles
Yeah.
in a warehouse with hundreds of men guarding him with cameras. And do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this has the potential to be unbelievable. But are we going to see a shift? And this is what I would like to ask you: are we going to see a shift from everybody else that was involved not being called and being charged, and Diddy being hit with all of it? Okay, and we're going to talk about how atrocious it all was and all the rest of it. But are we going to see a large percentage of potential abusers get a pass from these videos that the FBI have apparently got? What do you think, Paula? Do you think we're going to see it solely being talked about with it being on Diddy, or do you think we're going to see more players brought in that are from the abusive side of it all?
Well, Diddy came literally, I mean, he wasn't poor, but he came from nothing. The reason why he became big is just like because certain people made him big. I mean, why aren't they making more arrests? Instead of making deals with people, they should make more arrests. I mean, if Barack Obama ends up in jail, let him end up in jail.
Yeah,
Obama ends up in jail, let her.
He knew.
He was part of the parties, Letitia.
Yeah.
So I mean, with Clinton ends up in jail instead of, and I go back because why only Diddy? Why are they making such a big deal out of Diddy?
Right.
Like go after the real people, because Diddy was just a rapper.
One person.
No, he was just a black rapper, made money and, go
Powerful.
after the real people. Go after proper white billionaires.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Former presidents.
This is the thing, Paula.
Were there and who helped? Because let me tell you something. Diddy, and I asked this question, and this stupid DA was asked this question. If you knew for a long time what he was up to, why didn't you arrest him?
Right.
And this is the thing that I always fall back on. They know, but it doesn't serve their purpose to arrest them at the time.
Of course it doesn't.
So they let it go. It's just like the IRS has a thick file on Harry and Meghan Markle's arch wealth. They know. They put the governor of California to say they're not delinquent when they clearly were. But they have those files. But they just keep them. And it reminds me because the name of the FBI guy, he started all of this. What's the name of the FBI guy? He was played by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, please, in the chat, the guy, and he is the one who really originated or created the FBI. And the way he created it is by holding thick files on people and blackmailing them with.
Yeah, okay.
So the FBI is so corrupt because they know. Do you think they didn't know about Hunter Biden?
So then if
they don't know about Barack Obama, do you think they don't know about Clinton? By the way, it is my very, very well-reasoned opinion that Clinton is the one who brokered the first sweetheart deal for the men in the island. That is BS that they didn't know each other because there are pictures with him since 1993.
Yeah.
So J. Edgar Hoover, thank you. So that was the modus operandi of John Edgar Hoover. So why are they only after Diddy? Why aren't they after Barack, after Clinton?
You said it at the start. It's the faceless billionaires who also control the narrative because they control the media. So this is the problem, because they're always going to have a fall guy.
But then as an FBI guy, DA guy, He has the power to bring these people down. Ron Burkle.
Now we've got to assume at this point that the letter groups are bought and paid for. We really have to look at the way they handle the Clintons with those the email scandal.
Oprah.
Why is Hillary
if
Clinton not
they
in jail?
Oprah should
Like,
definitely
seriously.
be there.
I
Oprah
think
should
if they
definitely
find
Do
be
you know what I'm
there.
saying? What were the hell the Haitians? Haiti. Where are the Haitian children, Hillary?
whoever
We're the
was
Haitian
in those
children.
videos that were powerful, like if it was Obama or Clinton or whoever or Trump, whoever was in these parties and they were on videos, they should be accountable too because they knew what was going on. I agree. Look at this 1-800 number at the top if you've
Yeah.
been a victim.
Yeah.
But not only that, for example, Ashton Kutcher. I mean, the goal of this man
Oh,
to go before Congress or the Senate advocating for children while he's doing all the shenanigans, it gave me so Jimmy Savile vibes because
Pretty good
these
vibes.
predators.
ain't his wife leaving him?
No, but Jimmy Savile, these predators, they inject themselves in these charities in order
Yeah,
to
it's
have a pool of very vulnerable victims, just like
I
Harry.
heard that his wife was leaving him, or
Oh,
rumor,
I'm not
word
sure.
on the street.
The Clintons. Did you mean that Hillary's going to
No,
leave?
Ashton Kutcher's
Oh,
wife is talking about divorce or separation.
Demi Moore.
Mm-mm.
No, Ashton
Mila
Kutcher.
Kunis.
No, Lena. No, he's married to Demi Moore.
No,
No.
Ashton Kutcher was married to Demi Moore. He divorced her like 11 years
Yeah.
ago, and
Are you
he's
serious?
married to Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Shut up! I thought they were just buddies.
No, they're
Oh, man.
divorced.
Yeah, see, that's how
He-
untuned
he's
in I am.
married
Moments like
to-
these, it's a moment like these.
Who's
I
she
don't
married
know.
to, Side
That's
Chat? Mila,
wild.
They have children,
That
Ron.
literally blew my mind there. That is the last time I was tapped into the celebrity world. Unless literally, right? Unless they're going after children, okay, on the dark web, and I can get into their databases. There's very little chance I've had an update, if I'm being honest. Listen, smash the like button just for my incompetence. All right, 1 like equals 1 IQ increase for Ron.
No,
There's
but I
gonna
mean,
be
why
more
are
and
they
more
going?
and more victims come because look at this 1-800 number 28.
Yeah.
I
But then
mean,
there's
yeah.
a risk, though. There's a risk that I am worried about this huge lawsuit.
Okay.
Because, for example, why isn't Justin Bieber's mom hauled in front of the justice system? Because whatever happened to Justin Bieber, he was a minor. Where were all these parents that they were willing to pimp their very young children out? You're supposed to parent, for freaking sake.
Yeah.
Not
She
pimp
probably
your
didn't
kids
know
out.
Diddy was gonna be messing with her son.
Oh, no. Excuse me,
figured
Leticia.
too.
They know, but they don't care. And they pretend not to know because what they do is like, oh no, it's just a party. Why would a minor be with a grown-ass man who has a reputation?
When I saw that video, I would have been getting in the car going to get my baby. When he was talking about we can't tell you what kind of party we're gonna be or what we're gonna be doing because it's top secret.
No, but the whole thing is, why aren't they arresting these parents? Why?
Holding them accountable.
Well, yeah. See, this is the thing.
Why
though,
isn't Hillary in jail? Why isn't Bill Clinton in jail? Why isn't Barack Obama in jail? Let's ask these questions because the reason why P. Diddy aligned himself with the Democratic Party and those people was because he knew they were corrupt and they would protect them because they were all participating in all of this. Let's call things for what they are. And this is not being political, it's a fact. The
But then
people,
you're gonna have to put them all in jail.
yeah,
Well,
why not?
yeah,
But
but this is-
that is the way to
But you
do
gotta
it.
go back to
That
Epstein.
people can't
Epstein
hide
had a
behind
list.
president.
Didn't
Yeah, but
Epstein have a list?
Yeah, but do we ever see the list?
Yeah, they put out the list.
No. People have gotten their records, but it's not the official list
Yeah.
release.
Yeah, Letitia, you'll have been given that impression by mainstream news. Do you know what I'm saying?
Really, I
Because-
missed it.
Listen, you have no idea how much nonsense is put out there. And one of the key things that we all need to pay attention to, right, in this case, is the sex workers who are coming forward with stories about P. Diddy. Because I'll tell you this right now,
Yeah,
If
that's
you get a
cool.
whack of sex workers in who've got records and track records for being sex workers,
Yeah.
there ain't no court in the world that's going to take that as a witness, if you see what I mean. It's just
Pretty much all of Hollywood was at the Men in the Islands island. Hillary
New.
Clinton and Bill Clinton were regulars there. And a lot of times they wouldn't be reported in the manifest of the flight manifest, I mean,
Well,
why
they're
not?
not going to be
They
arrested.
should put those two presidents behind bars to show that people like him can't hide behind those those friendships. And it still worries me that guest, because I did see the live with Sean Atwood, and that guest was brilliant, saying that the FBI is going through the videos just in case the wrong face pops up.
correct. Well, we touched on
And I
that
was like,
yesterday.
what do you mean the wrong face? You mean the right face? Because then they have to delete that, because if the wrong face pops up, then they're going to hold that as evidence.
Everybody should be accountable.
Yeah, but they're
But that's
not, Leticia. They're not.
It's all corrupt, Leticia. This is the problem.
You can't pick and choose who you want to put in jail.
Clearly they do.
Yes, you can.
Clearly they
And
do.
when you're a faceless billionaire who owns 99% of the world with 8 of his friends. Okay, this is the level of like we cannot fathom the world. We
That is
see the
so
world
corrupt.
Diddy. We see the world Diddy and Hollywood lives, and we see it's all over the TV. But these people's lives and worlds we can't fathom. They're so far beyond our known realm of existence.
It's so
We're
sucky.
talking about mad money. Of course, it's sucky.
These are people
But
who are
this is
degenerates. These are people who are degenerates. Never mind about mad money. It's people of influence. They get these
The
people.
power.
They put these people in certain positions of power. Look at Barack Obama signed away the propaganda bill. The government was not allowed to do their own news. You're not. People were allowed to report on you and criticize you and everything. Barack Obama very quietly signed away the bill that now the government can do propaganda. And this is why you're having all these fake news out there, because before they were not allowed to do that. They were able to control Facebook. I mean, they were able to control TikTok. They were able to control X. I mean, a billionaire had to buy X to have some sort of
Control now?
some sort of freedom of speech, of expression. And look how they've turned on it. They hate it because and the thing is, people are getting fact checked.
Well,
right,
because it's becoming a cesspool. People are saying.
and I just want to say something, because this has been bothering me a lot. Like this new lawsuit. I am worried that a lot of people are going to come forward, and
not be
it
on
might
the
not be
up and
true.
up.
It might not be true what they're saying, and it might discredit the case.
Well,
know what
he
I
said he was vetting them, and there was like thousands of
So
them.
then why would he come forward right now without having
Because he
vetted
was
these
building his
people?
case, you think?
But you don't do that. You don't do that. When you have vetted these people is when you make these kinds of announcements. We've gone through everything, we've vetted everything, and this is the evidence. Instead of coming out and saying, "Oh, we have a lawsuit," and it's
And if you want to join with us.
no, I'm just worried that this is going to be a big head red herring, and
I'm
it's
with
going
you.
to actually go against the state. Because what if these victims are lying? Why did this guy have to come and make
Well,
it
if
public?
they are lying, then they're going to have
That's
to.
the
they'll
whole
be
point. But
thrown
that's the
out.
whole point. That's the whole point. He's still in the vetting process. You don't do that if
Yes,
you're a
he's
serious
still in
lawyer.
the vetting process. That is true.
Because
Well,
now
he's
all that
trying
people
to
are
say
talking
that
about
there
is,
might be more victims, and if there is more victims,
oh, but why do it?
call
Why do
this
it?
number.
But he's just a guy who came and announced he's investigating. I think he's an ambulance chaser, and P. Diddy can turn around, because right now all people are talking about those headlines, right? From 9 years old to 14 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
P. Diddy can turn around and say those are lies, and if those are lies, then these are lies.
Yeah, I'm
You know what I
with you.
mean?
Yeah, no, yeah,
No,
no.
I get exactly what you're saying.
He,
So
the,
even and I
the
tell you something,
guy
even
got some real good, juicy stuff on him, with tapes and text messages and witnesses that are in Hollywood. Like, what's her name? Jackie or Jaguar.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
They got some good videotapes too of him doing some nasty stuff. Otherwise, they would have never arrested him.
You know, Martha Sovereign, I disagree with you. Focus on who, how and why rather than who. No, because of the who is the how and why happen.
Yeah.
Because he was hanging around with Bill Clinton, who ensured that he didn't get caught, or he had the police arrange things, or Barack Obama, who, because he's a former black president, who participated in those things. People are going to make sure.
I'm going to go on
Nobody
record
gets
and say I don't believe that Barack Obama and Bill Clinton was going to the freak offs.
You're so cute, Letitia. You're such a cutie pie. Just put a 1 in the side chat for innocent Letitia. I hope forever we do not ever change your mind and you just blissfully stroll through life thinking all these people are great. It's kind of a nice.
My mom said he's too much of a nerd.
Oh man, you're.
Oh
listen,
my God, Letitia, go watch Tucker Carlson with Obama's former boyfriend.
What happened? Listen,
on the record, by the way.
Nerds who are also billionaires or millionaires. Do you know how many locker rooms they got? Like lockers Bill they Gates? Got stuff as kids.
All I have to say is Bill Gates.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just
the
saying.
Biggest nerd, Bill Gates, and that guy to me is a monster.
Oh, look who it is! It's Victoria's voice. How are you?
This is her subject.
I'm good. How are you?
Hello, Victoria.
Hello, girly wellies. Hello, Ron.
We're busting Letitia's chops for being a delicate little flower and innocent to the world.
She looked so gorgeous on her wedding, not her wedding day, because it wasn't her wedding day. Your friend's your cousin's wedding day, is this stuff?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. How are you doing today, Victoria? How are you?
All good, all good. Just got back from work. Early. What about you guys? All good?
Yeah, very good, very good.
We were talking about the 120 people that have come out. What do you think about that?
There's more than that. There's more than that. Apparently, there's over 2,000 victims.
Yeah, you just got to whittle. You just got to whittle through all of the ones that could potentially be red herrings, shall we say?
Yes, well, you heard about the boy. Obviously, you've already got the information on the 9-year-old boy. Yeah.
Well, he was. We still have to, please, people, understand that this hasn't been vetted yet. Okay, this man shouldn't have
vetted the 120.
This man should have kept his mouth shut until
I'm not saying
and he
lost. I'm not saying he shouldn't have kept his mouth shut, but you know, to come forward with a statement like that as a lawyer, you kind of have to do your due diligence. Maybe it's a shock thing, but here's the thing: if you're right, Paula, and we've got say by the time we've got 200 victims, right, and we've got 2 or 3 that are the star ones that the news are pushing out. If one of them was to be turned out to be a liar, the whole thing falls apart.
Oh wow!
And listen,
that's what happened. Why do you think they didn't call Virginia Roberts to testify at the Men in the Islands thing? She was never called as a witness because she's a liar. Everybody knows she's a liar.
So you don't believe that this lawyer is really got any?
Well, his previous action, his beginning, starting from the get-go, he did wrong. He's clearly chasing fame. And chasing something like, oh, I got something good. I got something good. But when I vet it, I'm going to tell you what it is. So what if he never vets it?
I think there's going to be other lawyers coming out.
He's clearly an ambulance chaser. Because if he were a serious, whatchamacallit, lawyer, a serious person, he wouldn't have done that. What he would have done is he would have done his due diligence when he's got things verified. To me, what this was blackmail.
He said that he verified the 120.
No, he said he's in the process of vetting the story.
No. He said there was over 1,000 or something people came forward, and they vetted it down to 120. Now, you'd have to assume that these people would have to come with some pretty solid evidence. If you see what I mean. Do you see what I mean? So
but
listen,
he's still reviewing the evidence. He still has to verify it. And I just want to
say going by what he said, Paula, he did still had verified.
Nikki Yackel, no, Paula, he's a wealthy lawyer. all lawyers are, most of them are. Gloria Allred loves publicity. These big lawyers, they love publicity. I'm just saying that the impression I got is create panic among the very wealthy or all the people involved. So they reach out to him and offer him cash to settle. That's what he's after. Because if he weren't after that, he would have said, "Here is the lawsuit. These are the people named." But by him keeping it anonymous, he sends everybody in panic. Because let's face it, right
He's
now,
got to keep them anonymous. He's got to keep them anonymous.
Yeah, I mean,
People
let's
will
be
come
honest.
after them.
I think we'll put a pin in this because we're going backwards and forwards here, and I think until we know more, we can all speculate and give our opinions, of course. But it's going to be an interesting one to see how it all plays out. Now, obviously, there's some other things that have come out in these headlines, and of course, the use of narcotics and spiking individuals seems to be a prominent tale from Diddy's entire history and Diddy's son's history from his court case, where he was accused by whatever the people are who work on yachts, the cabin crew. You want to say, Victoria? You want to chime in?
No. I just I don't know why. It just makes me laugh sometimes. I don't know why.
That's right.
Funny.
So yesterday we touched
dark.
yesterday we touched on an interview that seemed to have been scrubbed off the internet, where a sex worker goes into an eyewitness testimony about a Diddy freakout party, where she said that she witnessed the full inner sanctums. Working on it, Lynn, working on it. Of these parties, where she said she witnessed horrific ritualistic abuse, the dismemberment of people, and all of this. And that is really what is at the center of this global cabal. Okay, it's not just the abuse and the physical and mental abuse of people. It is this destruction and ritualistic sacrifice, I guess you will, allegedly. And John Wedger and I talk about a lot of this. We've exposed a lot of it in the UK. And you have to imagine that when so many of these individuals tied into the situations in the UK trace back to individuals across the pond, that this is a global issue with the big red skinned, horny headed, goat-legged man. And yesterday was quite interesting. And when interviews get scrubbed off the internet the way this one did, you got to ask yourself what was said, and people get discredited very quickly when they start hitting the nails on the head.
So what I've heard is a lot of the time at the parties, this isn't including the celebrities. I think there's different tiers to these parties. You've got to kind of think of it. There's different things going on at different times. But when what I like to call normal folk come through and they think they're going to have a star-studded experience, they're offered a drink. Now, if they don't take this drink, then they're asked to leave.
Oh.
So this is what happens. So he's automatically got you in a chokehold as you've entered the party. Now, the majority of the time, people don't question it; they'll just take the drink. So then this is where the blackouts occur, and there's cases as well, and there's people coming forward that they've been AR'd and woken up the next day to bruises around their genitalia. And there's been pregnant women as well, all different ages, from the age of, like you said, 9 years old.
Getting pregnant?
No, one woman was pregnant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they don't remember anything. So this drink is whatever is in the drink.
That's sad.
It is. And if they don't drink it, they're asked to leave.
Did you see that?
This is information that I have. Pardon?
Did you see the footage of P. Diddy and his mom? She's wearing like white nails.
Oh no, I covered this the other day. Yeah, the freak off, the white.
Sure,
this is something
that woman is shady as that.
Well, I think his problems and his behavior obviously stems from his childhood. It's not an excuse, but if his mum is the way she is with him, it kind of explains a lot.
Well, he had a happy childhood for all things. He had a happy childhood.
I think she was sexualizing him at a young age, and I think she had a lot of men around her at a young age. And they go to strip. I mean, they go to strip clubs together. They kiss each other on the lips. They it's quite an overly sexualized relationship for
Do
a
one or the
mother
other.
and son.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
one or the other with your mother, but don't do both. Doing both is weird. Just pick one or the other.
Yeah.
I just
but
don't understand where the parents of all these kids were. And I do believe that Justin Bieber's mom should be in jail. Period.
I don't know. I think she was young and naive too,
who
but
are
I
we
think
talking
she
about here?
knew
Who are
after
we
the
talking about?
fact.
Justin Bieber's mom, she was not young
Yeah.
and naive. She was not a 16-year-old pregnant woman. Justin
what I
Bieber
think?
was already famous.
Yeah,
She didn't need
she
that.
couldn't have known that. I mean,
think-
what mother would know and be like, go, 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 go?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give my son, my young kid, to a black rapper with a bad rap. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him custody for 48 hours. I don't think anybody with their right mind, especially Justin Bieber, who was already kind of famous, I don't think anybody in their right mind would say, "Oh yeah, handing over legal guardianship of my son for 48 hours to a black rapper who probably killed Tupac and all kinds of things, who already has a really bad list of these that he's done."
That's true.
That doesn't scream motherhood to me. That
That
screams a lot of cash.
Do you think the power of attorney, the whatever it's called, when they take guardianship of these kids, do you think that's what creates a legal barrier for the parent in this situation?
They shouldn't have granted it to begin with.
No, obviously. I mean, that's not in
Yeah.
question.
So originally Usher found Justin Bieber on YouTube. It was him that found him, and the only way for Justin Bieber to go forward and progress in his music career was to be under the guise of Diddy, because Diddy was the one, remember, that put Usher up to where he became famous, and to the point
Wow.
where he had all the music potential and could go as far as he did. So I think if we're looking at it from Justin Bieber's mum's perspective, if she's very naive and doesn't know about the industry, I'm not saying what she did was right, letting her son go and live with Diddy, but it's the same what Usher's mum did. He let Usher go and live with Diddy as well.
But I'm saying call all the parents. All the parents know. I mean, your instinct as a parent tells you. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but your instinct as a parent, my son, I would tell them, you have to come and I know all the kids because I graduated from the same high school and everything. I would have the parents and the parents. You still come with them, and you're telling me that you're gonna let these parents know, but they choose to look away.
I don't think so.
Reap of the benefits. That's what's happening, because as a parent, nobody on earth.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber
I don't think she was giving her son away thinking that he was going to.
I don't think she knowingly would have known what the implications.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
I think what happens is a lot of people get starstruck, and they exactly, and that's
must be
what a lot of it was
that makes you a bad mother. There's no way.
Yes, it does. It doesn't make you a great mother. No, it really doesn't. And if I do believe that this happens with a lot of childhood stars. It's not just Justin Bieber's mum.
With some childhood stars,
she could, if she wanted to, come out right now and be like, because he was very powerful. Nobody would touch Diddy. And all of a sudden, now that Cassie opened up the floodgates, now everybody's coming out. Oh, I have a case. I have a case. This is happening. This is happening. That's not stopping Justin Bieber's mother to come out now and say, well, I feel like my child has been violated. But Justin Bieber's probably like, Mom, leave that alone.
No,
yeah,
okay, I don't think so. I don't think so. This gives me Madeline McCann's things that the parents are, they didn't know that the child could be kidnapped or whatever worse.
Oh,
and
no,
they left
that's a different case.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. People make excuses.
When you leave your kids at home by themselves with no one there, I mean, anything is bound to happen. But I think something was going on with the parents.
So here's the brutal facts, Lady Letitia, right? So in the sad world of the PDF files, you have women who are very happy to give up their kids for anything, clout, fame.
That's true.
And all that stuff. If you look at the Lost Prophet singer, I can't remember his name, but there was women bringing him babies to abuse just because of his music and their fandom. When it comes to Hollywood, we have to look at the track records of a lot of these mums whose kids have ended up in rehab at 7, 8, and 9, what their track records are and what they've seen themselves. But I understand that this is a lot for people to comprehend. I have physically spoken to women on encrypted networks on the dark web who are like, yeah, I'm actively seeking a PDF file husband so that we can make kids to pass around our PDF friends. And it's like,
Those are sick people.
Of course they are. But you can't
Well, I
ignore
can't see Justin Bieber's mom talking about, here, take my son, pedophile. I mean, PDF file.
We've seen it multiple times. We've seen it multiple times. Ian Watkins is a prime example of it. You just don't understand the level that some humans will go to when it involves their children. I know it's difficult to comprehend. I know it's easier to be like, well, I know, but it's so distasteful to sort of admit about the world. And especially when we talk about the elites. Once we start getting into Hollywood and into the political world and then the upper echelons and all this, you really cannot grasp the true darkness. You know, the subsections of PDF files it's insane. And even the subsections of the subsections of how they get to where they are is insane. But never underestimate the dark side, Letitia. Never underestimate it. It's fun.
French guy with his wife, 50 years married happily.
Yeah.
And he has pictures of his daughter. And then we found out through the trial that he used to go to another man's house, because not only would he advertise his wife, but he would go to another man's house who had his own daughter, flesh and blood. He would have men come and do to his own daughter what they were doing. I mean, people are sick, and the mothers and parents of celebrities are sick if they allow these children to do that instead of protecting them. Period.
Yeah, it's a horrible rabbit hole to go down, and sadly, I just wanted to make camping videos, man. I came to YouTube. I just wanted to make camping videos, and now I'm an expert on PDF file tactics and their subsections.
And we need to get, I just have to say something, because we need to stop giving the benefit of the doubt. There should be the benefit of the doubt when it comes to our kids. Correct. There should be none. There should be none. There is absolutely no way on earth that half a decent parent would hand over their children to rappers in the music industry. Oh, she was naive. You're never naive with the safety of your children if you truly love them. You know, Madeleine McCann, if those two had been good parents, they would never leave. Madeleine was like 3 years of age and the other ones were 1 year or whatever. Why would you leave your children? And they weren't even punished. Whereas in the United Kingdom, they should have been punished, because according to the law, if they commit a crime in another country, which is illegal also in the UK or the country of origin, you are punished by law. Nothing. Instead, they get government support. People should stop making excuses for these kinds of behavior.
Well, listen, now we've got Letitia sort of peppered in. It's a good time to introduce her to the concept of baby farms. And how the globalists are just farming little children for sacrifice.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to 2024 and the realities of the world. This was posted in my Discord. I'm not going to play it all, but if you're part of the Discord, you feel free to watch it there. I'll post a link to it here too. But Letitia, when we talk about a system in place that child actors used to be abused in the public eye, those days are dying out now because of the internet
and
how quickly words spread. So they have to now shift into less noticeable victims, and they've always been a long strew of victims, whether it's known in the public eye or whether it's faceless victims, shall we say. But Letitia, I really have to say to you, you need to put your guard up a little bit when it comes to these.
I'm not saying that these things are not happening, Ron. What I'm saying was about Justin Bieber's mom. Like, I just can't imagine her saying, here.
I know you can't, but it happens every day. It's happening right now. As you're saying that, there is someone in your state right now, a mother, handing over their child to a predator
willingly,
knowingly,
disgusting.
100%.
I think as well, what happens is she's become so ingrained and engrossed in this idea of making money and getting a star out of this child.
Probably.
She's completely put the blinkers on when it comes to what's
Mhm.
really going on around her. It's like if you fall in love with someone, for example, and you see there's all these red flags, but you still go ahead anyway. Sometimes these parents are so focused and are money hungry to use their child as like a vessel to get to where they want to be. And it's that pushy mum kind of mentality, isn't it? And to even think that she would want to leave her child for 2 days with Diddy, it's unfathomable, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you don't know this guy.
I
Just
don't know
because
him.
he's famous doesn't mean you can trust him.
Right.
You know,
Do you
it
think
does.
that she thought that? Like, he's not going to do anything to my son. He's not
Yeah,
going to. And
yeah.
that's being naive. And that's being
Yeah,
what
it's
Paula was
like the
saying
Michael
earlier.
Jackson stuff. The jury's still out slightly with that, but having kids staying over at his house, and it's weird that the parents even thought, okay, yeah, that's cool. Because I don't even let my kids stay at anybody's house. They don't
We
have
would have did it
sleepovers.
together.
And they don't have sleepovers for a reason, because I know what this world is like. It doesn't matter how nice you seem on the outside. I don't trust anybody them sleeping in somebody else's house. It doesn't matter whether they're family or not.
Well,
I don't trust it. And that should be in everybody's mind, back of their mind, when it comes to their kids. They are used and abused because they're vulnerable and they can be taken advantage of, and you're
very
the
much.
only person that can protect them.
And
Sorry,
Ben Beaver said he wasn't protected. He didn't feel protected at all.
Yeah. No, he didn't. And he was passed around. There's plenty of videos where he was passed from one person to another at a party. And this is an awful video as well of Orlando Bloom. He looked like he's drugged, and he's being pushed around the club and everybody's laughing and he looks scared. I have to find the video and send it over. It's shocking. And it seems to be that's what they do, is they take them into the party, drug them, and then they're at their disposal, and it doesn't matter who it is. To them, human beings, and them being consensual doesn't matter to these people.
Yeah.
Well, that's called pimping. What you describe,
Yeah.
when you want to sell your kids because for money and to your advance, that's what pimps do.
Yeah.
That's what pimps do. And this woman did that to her own kid. Absolutely. There's absolutely, when there was no reason, because Justin Bieber was already famous when that happened. Justin Bieber was at the top. I remember when he came to Norway. My God, I was at the opera house and I remember I saw girls with something with JB on their foreheads. I didn't know what the hell is JB. And it was like this billionaire from Norway had him do like a impromptu concert at the newly built opera house. And there was like a little thing. I mean, the entire police in Norway, you should have seen those girls. It was like the Beatles. So Justin Bieber was already huge. This woman did not need to pawn her kid for 48 hours to a rapper like that for more fame.
Here's the thing. So Justin Bieber in an interview said not everyone can just be this famous, right? Or it was a line like this in an interview. And it was almost like he was saying, it doesn't matter how talented you are, there's certain hoops you have to jump through to get to where I am.
To maintain it as well.
So, even though he had all this fame and success, the mother, even if she knew or she didn't know, putting it to her that the next stage is, she has to be with Diddy, Who knows how it was sold? Either way, absolutely ridiculous that there seems to be this culture of children being sent to Hollywood sets, film studios, music studios, whatever it is, with the duty of care given to what is effectively a stranger. But before we touch on any more, Queenie, what is happening? How are you?
I'm great. I'm just here listening to you guys.
How do you feel about the latest Diddy revelations? 120 victims from 9 upwards. What do you think?
Nothing surprised me. Nothing surprised me, to be honest. These people are crazy. They're drugged up. They have no concept of reality. They don't see their victim as humans.
Yep.
They think of them as
Wow.
nothing. So, yeah.
Well, more
So
important than any of
Diddy
that,
was kind of
my
treated.
my beautiful fiance is in the side chat. Just want to say a big shout out to you, you lovely, lovely thing. Wonderful that you're here. Big shout out, and we got a video of little Nova's heartbeat the other day.
Oh,
That's a little treat, which we'll get out to the lovely people very soon.
You know,
Um,
sometimes it's not the people like, and I don't even think it's Diddy. I think that Diddy was the middleman to get all these things for these people.
I don't think so.
This is my take on it.
I agree with you.
Sorry.
Barbara.
I think that Diddy was the middleman who was in the music industry, and he was the shiny little light to attract things for more seriously sick people. And these people, for example, they love somebody when they're famous, like that big level of fame, they like to humiliate them and have something big to hold over them. And it
Correct.
becomes more of a target. Oh, we want that because it's harder to get because he doesn't need to. How do we get him? And we have a hold over him.
Yep.
What do? They go through the
I
mother.
think he
And
did
the
it for
mother
his own
lends.
sick
The mother
reason.
lends. I'm just gonna. And the mother lends that kid, and then they owe to the mother. But then this kid who was already, it's like the Beatles. You know, like how can you get the Beatles? Something compromising on the Beatles, so they get to promote you, so they they control you. They go through. They find your weakest
Yeah.
link.
Yeah, well,
That's what I
when we talk about
I think
Diddy
he was.
getting heterosexual men to do non-heterosexual things and filming it, that's the sort of thing you would have hanging over someone. Because if it wasn't something out of character, like sexual orientation, if it was them with another woman or whatever, there's a way for you to kind of talk your way out of that situation. Oh, you know, it was a time where I wasn't married or whatever. Whereas when it's something like children or a man, if you're a man and you're and not inclined that way, it gives this. And when you start adding in drugging and alcohol and a feeling of not really knowing what happened but knowing that these people know what happened and they have something over you, that is enough to basically break anybody, I would think, to be honest.
Blackmail.
Can you imagine the conversation after Bieber came back from those 48 hours to his mom, because he trusted his mother. She was his manager, and he went along blindly believing and trusting his mother. Right? Can you imagine the conversation in that home? Can you imagine that child knowing that his mother does not have his best interest at heart and sold him out to that? That is enough to break anybody. I can't believe Justin Bieber thinking he did go. I do believe that he went there thinking, oh, this is going to be a party because my mom told me so. My mom would never, ever do this to me. I can
So you
just
think he
imagine
went home and told his mom what happened?
after 48 hours, yes, after Diddy had done everything that he did to him.
Now
Yeah.
that would be the point where I would be pissed off at the mom.
Not the mother, because the mother is already in a
because now
complex.
she knows.
You're-
Now you
you're-
can't say you didn't know because your son is coming and
You're
told
forgetting.
you.
guys.
You're forgetting one of
I
the most
don't.
powerful tools in this whole arsenal. Did he like to drug people? Right. So it's much better for you to send a Justin Bieber home a little bit confused than traumatized and let him discover his trauma over time. It's a safer option. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's
That's what he
exactly
did
what I
with
was
all of
just
his
about to
victims.
I don't
say.
think he gave him time to do that. I think that he was shown the videos right away to let him know how to behave.
Yeah, sure. That 100% too. 100%.
I don't think it was given time to discover. It's like, we made you do this. This is what we own you now. And I don't mean Diddy only. We own you. And I don't know how many years, because what happens is once this happens for the first time, then they make you do more things because you're worried that they're going to expose the first thing to begin with.
Do you think then by exposing them to the video straight away, it takes away almost their sense of being a victim, and it's like they're now seeing something that they've done wrong, as opposed to them being coerced or anything like this? Because that's a powerful tool as well. Because if they don't wake up with any trauma and you show it to them, it's how you paint it to them that there is going to be their
This
understanding
is
of
what
what
you
they're
did
seeing.
last night, and you enjoyed it, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yes,
Wow.
yeah.
there's an attachment of shame and guilt
Yep.
to all of this, even if it's not your fault. And I
Right.
speak to a lot of survivors of SA, and they always have some sort of blame on themselves. But it's a weird thing. It's transferable onto you, even though it isn't your fault. You somehow try to, in your head, think, what if I did this, what if I did this, if I didn't go here, if I didn't wear these clothes, for example.
Can I say something
Yeah,
about Beaver?
yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay, Paula, I don't believe Bieber told his mom. Let me tell you why. I think Justin Bieber is walking around with this shame
Yeah.
that he's feeling, this guilt inside of him that
Mhm.
he cannot express what's happened. I do understand that part where you're saying that he's looking at his mom. How can you allow this to happen? But I don't think he can comprehend the words to even say what's happened to him, to his mom. That's the reason why he took to, even though they may have given him drugs, they did stuff to him, whatever, he's gone and done more, try to numb that pain that
Yep.
he's feeling, because he wants to express it, but he doesn't know how, because he's feeling like, oh my God, I put myself in this situation as well. So he doesn't know what to do. So I personally think that he's in danger of harming himself. And I
Yep.
literally don't think he's ever really sit
Yeah.
and tell anyone really what happened to him. That's the
Yeah, he
feeling
doesn't
that
want
I've
to talk
got
about
from
it.
him.
He doesn't have to,
I
because I'm
About
sure
it
they
doesn't
sent the tapes to the mother. They need the reason why they had Justin Bieber for 48 hours once they grabbed him. You can bet that they filmed everything they did to this boy. Okay. And you can bet that the mother and Bieber were shown the tapes immediately. To own them, you have to show them that
What-
you have to shame them in their minds. It's my opinion.
Okay.
Here's a
And then
question.
what
That's
you have
another
is following.
scenario that we can look at as well, Paula, that they may have showed that to her. We go back to Justin Bieber, 'cause Justin, I'm looking at Justin like my 15-year-old, because I've got a 15-year-old, yeah? And I can tell you the shame that he's probably feeling, he probably cannot even speak to what's happened, even though, as you're saying, that's a possibility that happened. They engaged in stuff with him, and he knows now, his mom know, he doesn't even know how to say whatever to his mom. I still don't think he's ever truly
Told her.
spoke about what happened. I
agree.
literally
I
I
agree, but
think
of course,
I
but
think
they
he
have the
gets
tapes. There's a reason why Justin Bieber did the songs "Yummy" and listen to his music when he said he went to a PD party, and that depends on
Yeah,
how
but
close you are with
it's
your
still
son.
not
My son,
plain and
depending
blunt.
on your friend, on your
I
relationship,
was tortured by P. Diddy, or I was
he
drugged
doesn't
Paula,
up,
need
I
to.
don't
He
think
doesn't
you're
and I
need to.
couldn't
understanding
explain it
what I am
mom and put
saying.
No, they had
spicy.
tapes. They had the tapes. They showed those tapes. How do you think they controlled them for such a long
Ca-
Do you
time?
guys
Can I
think
just can I just say, when you're 13, you don't know how to articulate what's happened to you. I don't think you have the words to express how you're feeling, and especially when you're younger, you don't even know what's happened because you're not aware of any and anything sexual at all. So I think what's happened is he's internalized it. Yes, there could have been a point where he was shown the tapes, but I do believe it may have been later on in his
Well,
career.
that's
listen,
I
what
have
my
a
question
feeling that
is?
it's something that he internalized, and that is why he acted out the way he did throughout his teenage years, because he couldn't express himself. You know,
yeah.
I feel
Yes.
So do you
men
guys think
also.
it just happened in the 48 hours, Victoria?
I
That
think no, I
was
think
it.
it's
It
been an
didn't happen.
ongoing. I think it's been an ongoing thing, but I do
That's what I
think that
thought too.
I don't think he knows. I think he was probably drugged, and like Ron said, I think he was drugged, and he probably has a very hazy memory of what happened. And at some point, he would have been shown the videos. I agree with Paula, but I don't know if it would have happened straight away at 13. I think it's something that's been held over him throughout his career. as the abuse went on. I don't
Right,
think it was
because it wasn't
initially
just within that.
the first time.
It wasn't just in that 48 hours. It happened through a long
It's been
period
going
of
on for longer than just
Exactly,
weekends.
exactly, Victoria. I agree. And to me, he still hasn't, like, if you go to therapy and you sit down and they try to get stuff out of it. I literally don't think he's done that. Like, really face exactly what happened. I don't think he's got to that point.
I'm gonna tell you something sickening, even sickening, because
Mm.
I know this for one of my friends. She works as a forensic criminal and she's a psychologist. She talks to really sick people in Argentina, right? She just finished
Yeah.
doing I'm giving you her credentials. She was telling me that these people, they might drug you the first time, then they show you the tapes, and then they want you to come back and this time do it sober.
Oh,
Because the fact that you were drugged is not enough of a high. They need to humiliate you while you are in.
It's a process, Paula. It's a process. It's a
So make no mistake. Just look that after before the 48 hours and after the 48 hours, within 6 months, Justin Bieber started to act out and do all kinds of crazy things and drugs and all kinds of things, getting tattoos, all kinds of things within 6 months of this 48 hours. So that tells you that it was a pretty quick process that he was shown. That make no mistake, I wouldn't have even surprised if when he got home or they were called and they were told, here, come and look what we have on you. And now the next time we want you here and you're not going to be drugged. This time you're going to be awake for this. Okay.
Paula, you see what you just said make perfect sense. Hence why he stopped doing what he was doing. Let me tell you, there's a video, they scrub it from the internet. When he said he's not going to do music anymore, he was on tour and he said, I think it was a it was TMZ. I'm sure it was. He said they brought a little child to him for him to do whatever, and he couldn't do. Yes, it is scrubbed from the internet. I've watched that.
He was asked to bring a child to Diddy. That was what the conversation. That was what happened, right? It wasn't to Bieber. It was a child. Justin was asked to take a child to Diddy.
So
it was on the tour bus. He was on the tour bus, and they brought the child. And I think the guy was saying to him, "Why are you not doing?" And he says, "Don't ask me this. You know exactly why. You know, you were there. You were there." And he walked away, and you can see the sadness on his face. Hence why I am saying he still hasn't truly
dealt with
spoken about
difference
what
between
truly
dealing
happened.
with it and knowing about it. There's a difference between dealing with it and knowing about it. Okay. And make no mistake, this is just my opinion. There is no way in hell that this boy, as soon as he left, was not when he got to his mom, probably within 2-3 days, he was shown whether you want to, probably you don't want to see it. It's like me when that when I was going through the trial with my son, I remember I was sitting in trial and my son had to come and testify, and he started talking about other times my ex-husband had been abusive towards me, like when he pushed me down the stairs and my son and I broke a leg, and like I've forgotten about that. I don't know if I've forgotten it or I didn't want to remember it, but when my son was speaking about it, it was and he was crying. I was like,
but he was talking about you and your experience.
Yeah, no, yeah, but my son, I don't know if I blocked it or what. I don't know if I blocked it or what. But listening to my son, it was so unpleasant for me. I wanted him to be quiet actually because I didn't want to hear it anymore. So I understand that whether you may not want to deal with it, but it happened and I knew about it. And I'm pretty sure that Justin Bieber was given his riot act when he got and he said, you were drugged here, but you're not going to be drugged anymore. And from here on, we are going to do what we tell you. And I can assume that this happened for a couple of years or something like that.
There was more than one drugging occasion, Paula, because there's multiple videos of him at parties completely spaced out, not unlike narcotics.
That was my question.
I'm talking about stuff where he doesn't know what's going on, like not the other stuff that's a party drugs.
I think we see a shift from being spiked into coping methods with Justin, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, coping with it.
Yeah, you can tell what kind of drugs they're on when you can sit, and there's a few of them where he's dazed. It's not like he's doing the white powder or the X or the E's.
Yeah.
He's doing the other stuff, which is probably being put on him because he looks like he doesn't know where he is.
He's on
And
that
this
lean.
is when he's
He was on
older.
that lean, Victoria. He was on that lean.
So out of all these people that Diddy has drugged and did this to, thousands of people, hundreds of people, no one came out and said anything about his abuse until now.
No, they
But-
did.
but you
They
know-
have- they
No,
have-
a lot of people was coming forward, but they weren't listening to her. They were like disposed of.
Like, shut up.
She was into Oprah's African school.
discredited.
And you know, and with Bieber as well, he's going to suppress these feelings because at the end of the day, this is kind of something that he knows he can't speak about because of who Diddy was and the power that he held. How can he go up against Diddy at the time when that happened, when he was the biggest music mogul in the industry? It's impossible for one person to go up against someone with so much power and so much
That's
influence. So now that this is the time where everyone's speaking out, everything's shifted. The balance of power has shifted now because Diddy doesn't hold any power over anyone anymore. So it's now the time for everybody to come forward. And, you know, with Justin, he's going to carry this throughout his whole entire life. And he needs to, you know, it's not up to us to tell him how he tells his story. If he wants to keep the details of that to himself, then that's up to him. It's his trauma. But if he can come forward and be somebody that stands and puts
That
his
would be
hands up,
great.
it would bring the case a lot stronger against Diddy. It would bring it to a point where you can't really, he can't wiggle out of it. There's no wiggle room for him because you've got a
You think he's embarrassed? He's going through embarrassment and
Definitely.
I can tell you that his
I
mom.
don't think he'll say anything. Just my opinion. I think
he doesn't
we
wanna
should
deal with
keep a very close eye on Justin because I don't know. I don't know Justin at all, and I don't know if it's just a motherly thing. I can just feel what Justin is going through. I don't know. I can't even look at him. Every time I see him, my eyes just I feel real sad. Yeah.
Well, can you imagine also, Victoria, on your point that you said that Justin Bieber didn't want to go up against Diddy because who he was, but also because his mother was involved. His mother is the one who served him up.
His mother was not
So
involved.
how he come up and said Diddy did this because my mom gave legal guardianship. I can guarantee you that back then, nobody, even back then, people would have said, I don't believe you didn't know. I don't believe you didn't know. And if you think, and now Justin Bieber has to live with the guilt that had he come forward years ago, many victims wouldn't have happened. We would have very little victims right now. So this is where I'm angry.
You can do whatever you want to.
We can't put
I
suppose
I
we
don't
can't
care.
put.
Just make him a star.
I'm not gonna put any of that on
Can't put the
Justin.
onus
The
on
reason
Justin.
why,
Yes, I was gonna
because
say.
Justin was a child, and I would never do that
No,
because
I agree. I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming his mother.
Yes.
She
Yeah,
put that child
I-
in an impossible situation. She put him there.
just
He
wonder what I would
violated
have
his
done,
trust.
you
She's
know?
worse than Diddy. And I can tell you something that when they got those tapes and they saw those tapes, I can imagine, I can pretty much guess the conversation in that household. Oh, you can't say anything because they're gonna blame me. The mother.
Not necessarily. That's an assumption.
Look, what I'm going to do,
I didn't say that.
we're
Of
going
course
to
it's an
put a
assumption.
pin.
It's an
we're gonna
assumption,
put-
Leticia. I'm here assuming.
Right.
We're gonna
Because
put a pin.
the
we're
mom
gonna
is
put
going
a
to have
pin-
to take
yeah,
accountability.
We're gonna
if
put
he
a
does
pin.
come.
God, right? Shut up, please. Give me a second to speak. Yeah, we're gonna move on to our topic now. We've battered the Bieber subject long enough.
Poor Beaver.
Can I just ask you about these Disneyland tunnels?
Yeah,
do you know about these Disneyland
Playboy
tunnels?
Mansion. So,
tunnels.
Disneyland, or do you mean the Playboy Mansion?
No, not just the Playboy Mansion one. So I'm hearing a lot of children are going missing in Disneyland, California, and this is all to do with some trafficking ring.
This isn't new stuff, Victoria. This is really.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that, Leticia?
Yeah.
Well, here's the
That's
thing.
been happening for years.
Yes, but there seems to be a ramping up of media coverage over it, and
Wow.
it's quite a dark story actually. And I didn't know
Breaking
because
people's kids.
Ron's in this in you know. Go on.
Where, I mean, so what you're saying is a bunch of people, normal people, tax-paying working people, are going to Disneyland with their kids, and their kids are just vanishing, and they're never getting their kids back. Surely,
Yes,
hear about
That
this.
is crazy.
Surely we would all
this
hear
has
about
been happening for years.
There's
Yeah.
also another situation, because when you sign up to Disney Plus, guys, and if you have
Oh, it's
Disney Plus,
scary.
right,
Oh,
there's
yes.
a clause in the terms and conditions that if you go to that theme park, you cannot sue them if you have an accident or something very bad
Correct.
happens to you.
Don't even want to go
So-
now.
So this is where they have a very tight legal team, and they know exactly what they're doing, because when a kid goes missing there is no media coverage on it, but it happens quite often apparently.
Oh shit, that sounds plausible.
Yeah.
But here's
That
the
is
thing.
horrible.
Here's the thing. That sounds awfully bad for business. I feel like there's better ways to just nab a bunch of kids than owning Disney and then also
Right.
own. But at the same time, what other genius place than to put it right in front of our eyes? It's one of those double-edged sword theories. Do you see what I'm saying? I could completely believe that children were trafficked into Disney under the guise of, say, school groups or, you know, large families or whatever, and then they're shifted away into tunnels and all the rest of it. That I could see happening, because that is in plain sight, and that makes more sense to me. But you know what you're saying about Disney and that clause is completely right. There was a very recent case where exactly what you've just said happened.
Yes, that was when someone had an accident there and they died, right?
Yeah.
Did you read about that? Yeah. Okay, good.
Do you
good.
guys know who owned Disney? Whose land Disney is on?
Oh, tell us.
The Royals.
Oh, well, listen, that doesn't surprise me at all. All right. The Royals are a bit of a spicy group. I don't know where Paula went. That would have been a great segue into the Royal stuff. I feel like everyone's been derailed. I feel like, honestly, I feel like I got beaten up by my panel today.
Well, there's a lot of us talking at once.
Yeah, this is a hot topic.
We get too excited, Ron, you see. We get
Spicy.
we get a little bit over enthusiastic.
I know better than to try and throw myself in a situation like that. I just stand back and just let it all I'm like a prison warden, right? Just let it all, just stand back, let it all happen, and then, you know, clean up.
You're a kind and caring one. You're not an abusive, sadistic prison ward, are you? No.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. But okay, so let's just jump on to the next topic.
Royals, Ron?
I don't know. Jesus, if Paula's not here, then how am I meant to know? Jesus Christ! But Harry came and done some things with kids that was a bit mad, and then got the shit scared out of him in a place. But we were talking about Kim Porter's book yesterday, and a lovely lady or gentleman, I'm pretty sure it's a lady, sent me an email with a link to this audiobook of her Lost Words, the audiobook. So I'll ping this to you because I didn't know that existed yesterday. So people who were asking about it, there you go. Now there's so much coming out, you know, photographs, info dumps about, I would say, the next tier of celebrity in Hollywood, the Oprahs, okay, and the Kardashians, okay, even the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's. To what extent do you think heavyweights are going to get brought into this case? Do you think we're going to see?
They knew.
Well, we know that, but it doesn't matter if we think they know. It's about what the FBI is going to, whose head's on the chopping block.
I've got a list of all the people.
Oh,
I've got it ready to go tonight.
Very good. What time at? Let everybody know.
8 o'clock.
There you go, people. Make sure you tune into that.
Victoria got the list.
I got the list.
Girls got receipts, y'all.
I got the receipts, guys.
Give us a little like and a little share.
A little live now. Okay, let me get my list up.
A little like and share, please, if you can.
That's okay. No problem. No problem. I'm not a gatekeeper, Ron.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not.
Do you want to see the one bit of royal news where Harry got scared?
Yeah, go for it.
Here we are.
Wow.
This is all I have.
This was recent.
Absolutely paps at
I'll
me.
do that again. Do that again.
Like,
Just
I'm
get
not
my
being,
list
that
up.
was a proper scream, Harold.
Wow.
Yeah, he was scared.
Beastly.
Right here, look. Eesh. He's raging, mate. The underbite came out. You know you're
Yeah.
raging when the underbite comes out. Okay. Honestly,
That's
that
brilliant.
was.
Did
that
you
was-
see the one where P. Diddy was jumped at Ellen DeGeneres' show by the clown, and he just and you see him jumping up and running?
Nah,
It's brilliant.
nah, I've
Brilliant.
seen a lot of Diddy things. I've got.
Yeah.
Oh, also, can we just talk about this as well? That totally looks like they're snogging on stage. I just want to
Oh
point that out.
yeah.
Like, what is going on
Ooh.
here? Also,
Ooh, look at her hand.
Ooh.
yeah, that.
That's
yeah.
an enduring
Naughty.
kiss.
Well, I don't know if it is. I think it's just a terribly, terribly unfortunate couple of frames. Okay, that makes it look real bad. Real bad. I mean, what is this hand doing up here?
Yeah.
Right? I'm sorry.
What
This
is
is
it?
not. This is
That's
not.
a lover's. That's a
professional.
lover's kiss.
Yeah,
You
like
don't
that
touch
is
people
not
like
a
that.
professional. That is not a professional on stage hug for an award ceremony. That's oh baby, thank you for last night. Oh, you sweet loving. You know, honestly, I would like to see how this ended out. If she like dragged her nails down the side of his
Oh,
face or
wow.
anything.
Yeah,
like that.
rubbed
I think
it.
you're getting a little bit hot under the collar there.
No,
Rob.
I'm just saying that a picture tells 1,000 words. And in this case,
Add
they're all a
to
bit
it.
sassy. They're all a bit sassy, the words. I'm just saying.
Right, shall I give you some names?
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's rock
Oh,
and
here's
rumble.
Oprah with another shining pure. Wim Hof, aka the Iceman, is accused of physical, psychological, and SA by his wife and children. So, of course, Oprah is a fan. This woman, right? I swear to God, this is from Anti-Lawyer. How good is Twitter?
Wow.
By the way? How good is Twitter? I've only been on it for like 2 weeks. It's freaking awesome.
They
I don't know what
made
people
him
see
a
that
heart.
it's a sense. Do you know you have to subscribe to the people to see the horrible shit? So when people are saying Twitter is a cesspool, who are you all following? Like, who are you all following to see all this stuff? I'm just following like meme channels, and
I got that from
it's freaking awesome.
Mhm.
Also, as
Kinsley
well,
Schofield.
shall we talk about the tiny triangle? Shall we talk about the tiny? Do you want to go full
Heart.
tinfoil hat? That looks Illuminati to me, Victoria.
Yeah, it does.
Because that's
It
a
does.
really normal way for you to do anything with your hands with anyone. Okay, that is the
Right.
most. Unless they're so. Is this the first ever captive
How
sort
about
of
someone all with
picture
a sexual
of two
abuse?
super awkward humans who don't know how to do a handshake? Like, do you think this is what we're looking at here? Is this just like the first ever handshake known to man? Evidence of, because they fucked it up bad. They fucked it up
Yeah.
real bad.
Your hand ain't touching his.
Yeah.
They've got a lot
Bottom.
of these going on though. What's the other one? The eye? Do they do this one?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of
A
that.
lot of this
But
going
do you
on.
know the official statement now for when Beyonce done that at the Super Bowl? That is the official symbol of Jay-Z's company.
Oh,
So that is the physical symbol that you do with your hands to represent Jay-Z's company.
Oh.
Ironic that for years it's been linked to the Illuminati, and ironic that there's a big conspiracy that Jay-Z and Beyonce run the Illuminati. And I just want to say once again, if it turns out that's where the buck stops and there's no bigger story to this, and it just ends with Jay-Z and Beyonce, like I say, I feel like we will have been cheated. Anti-climax. Oh, wow. That's brilliant. That's where it ends. So we've managed to get this level of destruction across the whole planet from freaking Jay-Z and Beyonce. Come on, people.
right.
Nah.
Do you want some names?
I do.
Okay, we've got Steve Harvey.
What?
Wait, well, let me bring their faces up as you
Yeah.
tell them. Hang on.
Steve Harvey?
Yes, but he's
That's a
also
new
got
name.
a bit of a colourful past.
Oh, that's the guy that does that show.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is that show. Yeah.
No.
I
no.
know.
Yeah.
Not
And
Steve.
his
No.
stepdaughter,
No. No.
Mhm.
Lori.
We're definitely not going to play who gets a pass, right? We're not playing that. We're just reading out the names. We're not going to. No, okay, that's fine.
He's
But it's
got
not like
wonderful teeth.
okay, if we have to save one at the end of this, that's going to be the tough debate for us. Okay, we're going to act like these FBI people and decide who we're going to save. We're going to cut 70%. Right, carry on. Sorry, I'm going off on one.
We
I've not had a
have.
chance to fucking talk all day on my podcast. I'm letting it all out now. No, carry on, Victoria.
Well, according to my sources, he's actually not a very nice guy behind the scenes.
Ooh.
So he's not very nice to his children, apparently. But that's another story.
Yes, it's older children with his.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
really? Not as
Yeah.
younger
Oh
children.
yeah.
He's
Okay.
biased.
We've got some women involved, which is scary. Lizzo.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Oh, you a hot girl.
I've got
Lizzo?
loads. The list is quite long, very
This is all
long.
allegedly, by the way.
Allegedly, guys.
Okay, allegedly.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. So, as
Yeah.
a heterosexual white male in 2024, I'm going to choose an incredibly flattering photograph of Lizzo. Okay. And we're just going to leave it at that. All right. There we are.
Oh, that's a nice
Beautiful.
photo. Yeah.
Nice picture.
Not canceling me.
We're
Canceling
gonna-
me.
I can see it. I can see it. Allegedly, I can see it.
What do you mean you can see it? What in
I
that
mean, I can
photo
She's
has
kinda
convinced you?
freakish.
She looks what?
She's kind of freakish.
I don't know.
You know, she likes to wear
Let's
almost
just
nothing.
all hope at no point in any, even if the society breaks down, Letitia can never be in charge of the judicial system. Okay, motherfuckers are going to walk in and she's going to be like, "No, you look a bit funny. Off with their head, mad." Right? Sorry, Victoria. Carry on.
Lisa B has said Naomi Campbell. That is correct. Naomi Campbell and Kevin Hart is correct. But I think you guys know
Ooh.
about Kevin Hart already. Pharrell Williams, guys.
The model.
Oh, I'm an assault.
Now there's a bit of a shocker here as well. People are going to be a bit upset with me for saying this.
So you're not giving me enough.
Adele.
You're not bringing me enough. You're not giving me enough
Adele.
time.
Adele?
Oh, sorry, Rod.
hell, man.
I'll shut
You're only
up for a
click so
second.
fast. Fucking stressed me out today. This has been a stressful day.
Her list is hot.
Ah, it's really long. It's really long.
Yes. No.
And then I have a whole list of all the royals.
Stop. Talk
But I
about
won't tell
Adele
you that
again.
yet.
Talk
Don't
about
worry.
Adele again.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
Adele.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. So now we get to play who we saving, right? We only get one. The rest going to the FBI. No, I'm kidding. They all need to go. If they're on the list and
Who
it's done
should we
bad things,
save?
they're gonna go. No, we can't save any of them. It's
The
sad.
children.
Oh, fucking hell.
I know,
No, thank
that's
you,
right,
Queenie.
Queenie.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, how mad is it? I mean, it's interesting that every person on that list, and I mean
I
pretty much
believe
every
it.
person on that list, is top of their game. Okay?
Yeah.
Adele farts, okay? 30 million sales. Okay? Okay? 30 million. Boom. Gonzo. All right?
So,
It's the same with Kevin Hart. Where the fuck did he come from? Like, where
he
did
was a
just-
plant.
Yeah,
he just
just-
And he's not funny. He
Can I
is
tell
not
you about
funny.
He's
Kevin
not
Hart
funny.
very, very quickly? Kevin Hart come on the scene. Now, normally these comedians do comedy circuits, right? And they have to really work their asses off to get where they get to.
or they can work their arses off, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Cat Williams said, no pun intended.
Unintended.
Cat Williams said he just came from nowhere. He was literally plonked on the scene and then he became famous.
Yeah.
And now Cat Williams and all the comedians in America, they all kind of know each other. They all do the same tours. And he just appeared and got very famous very quickly and rich very quickly. And
I
he does
think he-
literally, go on.
I think
Sorry.
he followed the Danny DeVito Hollywood path. Find a big muscly dude, team up with him, and just milk it until it's done. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not being funny. I could watch Kevin Hart and The Rock, who are probably two evil individuals allegedly. Like I'm all about that. I'm just saying. And if you don't think that the Minecraft movie is an Illuminati humiliation ritual for The Rock and everyone else involved, my God, you're wrong. Fucking
Is he on the list?
The Rock.
I did not watch. I did not watch that. I see the trailer and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to.
People who play Minecraft aren't even going to be watching it. Travesty.
I'm like, my brain just went one way, and I'm like, I don't want to see that.
No, TT's not on the list. TT's not on any of the lists. Okay, Tay Tay was the one who broke free, got all her copyright music back because she was like, nah,
Really? Tay Tay is the top of the list.
I
Stop
will
it.
fucking ban all of you.
Sure, you got a picture of
I
her.
will, I will fucking ban all. I won't
Oh,
even
you
blink
can't
an
say
eye.
anything bad about
No, no,
Taylor Swift
yeah,
and Ron.
yeah. I'm just saying right now, I'll ban all of you. You won't even be able to comment or anything. I'm not
Tay
even talking to the side
Tay
chat. I'm talking to
is the
Queenie.
queen.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I respect.
Oh
Tay
dear.
Tay is the queen. Guys, do you know I don't know any of their songs?
Whose?
Tay Tay girl, that girl. I don't know anything she's
Oh.
saying.
Don't pretend like you
Well,
don't know what her name
you've
is.
got to shake it off, Queenie.
Oh,
I
Shake it
swear
off.
I don't know any of those things. I literally do not.
yeah.
I
I
just
think
I
sung one to you.
literally no. I know Adele's song, the only one where she is very sad. It's a very sad song. That's the only
fucking
one I
said it
know.
all.
Hello.
It's kind of her MO. Do you know what I'm saying? Find a man, have a terrible breakup, fucking 30 million sales. Boom. That is Adele's narrative. I'm just saying.
That's what I only know one song that Adele sing, and it's
Which
like
one is that?
what's it go? I don't even
She sets fire to the rain and shit in that one.
I don't know. I've never even seen a video or anything. I don't know.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
know, I want to just talk about the death of Kim Porter quickly. There are a few celebrities. Now, this is what I found out. There are a few celebrities that have died in the same hospital, and Brittany Murphy was one of them, and her death was also suspicious. So that's something else I'm going to look into in a bit more depth, because it seems to be they're going to the same hospital and dying in the same hospital. Why is
And
that?
I think the coroner as well is dead now too.
Oh, really?
I think I think so. The one who performed their autopsy.
They would have to assume, resume her body.
Oh,
if they were
someone is
to-
telling me to sing it. I don't know it. I can't sing their
Sing it,
song.
Queenie.
I don't know. I don't know their.
Someone like
their
you.
thing.
What
Swear to
one?
God,
What song?
If anyone
Is
else,
it? Is it?
You.
Oh, I think so. I think
Get it,
so. Yeah,
Victoria.
yeah.
Can't
I
sing to
think
save my
so.
life. That would be catastrophic if I did that.
See, I don't even. I hear the words and I'm like, yeah, I think that's it. But I don't. I don't. I am a Anita Baker girl.
Oh, I love Anita Baker.
Yeah.
I need
Some
a
some
Baker.
and some Aretha,
Oh,
some
Aretha
Patty,
Franklin.
and some Patti LaBelle.
Yeah. Oh, I like Patti LaBelle
Mm,
too.
mm,
Oh, yeah. I like all the old music. Motown.
yeah, those are stuff that I.
Oh,
410 of what, mate? Jamie, sorry, I've been seeing you saying you want me to play something, and you've given me a timestamp now. What are we talking about? Oh, are we talking about talking about this? Right, nobody can see what you're looking at. You're talking about this? No, I don't think we are. We're talking about something. Jamie, it's on Discord.
yeah. Yeah. Kim's Lost Words. It's only,
yeah,
is it only meant to be like 60 pages long, this book? So it's not particularly they've taken a lot of it out as
Yeah.
far as I know.
Are we saying that the book is authentic and it's coming from her words? Because a lot of people were saying that they don't believe that she wrote it was her words, but
yeah.
Well,
A lot of people are saying the Diddy parties were all right as well. Do you know what I mean? You're going to see a lot of people come out and discredit everyone, and you just got to look at people who've been coming out for years. And like I say, it's very, very clever using a list of sex workers at the center of all of this, because normal, Hollywood people getting involved with sex workers is probably embarrassing enough, but it just discredits any capability of having eyewitnesses, because there's just no court that's going to take potential substance abuse and sex worker as a legitimate eyewitness. Does that make sense?
yes, but they should.
Yeah, it takes the heat off of the people that are involved in other
That's true.
Yeah, because I think that what we have to remember as well is some of these women celebrities that were part of Diddy's life were sourcing young adults or children for Diddy.
Yep.
So that there is a
What's
few
going on?
women that are high celebrities, which were household names, which I'm going to talk about this evening,
Oh, I'm gonna
that
watch it.
were part of doing that. And I think you know one of them already. So it's Kim Kardashian. Its name's been
Oh,
thrown
listen,
out.
I
quite a
knew,
lot.
I knew I hadn't
Yeah.
worded this softly enough, right?
Yeah.
100%, I'm on the side of the sex worker. Okay, it's just the way that the laws and cases and all this
Yeah.
stuff go. It's horrific. So in no way was I trying to make out like sex workers are throwaways or lesser than the other.
Right.
It's just sadly they can be
No.
used as a tool.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
against
Yeah.
them.
Because it discredits the case, because unfortunately when you are in the line of sex work, you are deemed as less valuable, and that's not my opinion. That society has this is what happens as well in a lot of cases when prostitutes get killed.
Yeah.
Especially back in the 50s, and there was the case up north where there was ladies going missing quite a lot, and it only becomes important once there's a serial killer on the loose. But even with
Right.
homeless people, when they're killed, nobody knows who they
There's
are.
there's a term for it. It's called the lesser dead.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
The lesser
And
dead.
this happens a lot, throughout history, that people get away with killing certain demographics because nobody
Yep.
has any they either have no social security number, or they don't have anywhere to live. They are, there was an Irish alcoholic guy that used to kill people, all the homeless people, back in the 80s in Clapham, and he got away with it for years because there was no one reporting it. Nobody was missing them. If you're missing
Right.
somebody, then nobody knows what's going on. So it's easier for these people in power to source and find children in vulnerable situations because they're not going to be missed, and therefore they're less
Yeah.
likely to get caught.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know?
A viewer has posted this. I think it was Jamie had posted something in Discord.
CNN.
Says he wants us to play it, so we're going to play it. I will just say I've not watched this through. It's come from a channel with wads of views and a lot to lose, so I can't imagine there's anything crazy in here. But let's just take it all with a pinch of salt, because again, I've not watched this through. So let's have a look.
Tom Hanks and a whole bunch of other A-listers and Oscar winners and even some huge Hollywood directors, they're all said to be on those tapes doing not just weird, but allegedly illegal acts.
This is creepy. Look at them. Sweet, pretty losers.
No, that's a bad Tom Hanks.
We're talking crocus, right? Make daddy love you.
Oh, no.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Come on. I'm doing a Letitia here. I'm going straight into denial mode, right? I'm going straight into denial. Right. Let me just have a look at this.
Ricky Gervais talk about this. That's the reason
I love
why
him.
he's not back at the Oscars, because he ripped them one.
Oh yeah.
He was doing the Golden Globes, wasn't he?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm
yeah.
not saying.
So what is Trump sitting there with Diddy for? Is he not on the list?
Oh no! Trump's not on that list, love. No.
Okay.
Right, I just need to see that again.
Show us him sitting next to P. Diddy again.
Yeah, let's just play.
We can take pictures with Diddy, but we don't have to be involved with Diddy.
So, but you
doing
can take
his
pictures with
diddler.
Obama, but you're not a part of that either. But he's a part of it. Okay.
Depends who took the pictures. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. Anyway, I'm troubled. My brain can't process
Like Cuba Gooding Jr., Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, and a whole bunch of other A-listers and Oscar winners, and even some huge Hollywood directors. They're all said to be on those tapes doing not just weird, but allegedly illegal acts.
This is creepy. Look at them. Sweet, pretty losers. We're talking crocus, right? Make daddy love you.
What is this?
No,
This can't be real. This can't be real.
It's too much. That's not.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
He
What's going on, Tom?
Clip. All right, we need to get to the bottom of this. Okay, let's have a look here. Check
You
viral
can
quality.
imagine if Trump was doing stuff that wouldn't be out there already. Come on now. The way
Well, he in the
how they're going
photo.
after Trump. Yeah,
He's in the
Prince
photo.
Williams. Prince Williams has taken up a photo with P Diddy, and people don't believe that he is a part of it. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
people
a
take
totally different
pictures.
person, though. We're talking about someone that ain't gonna be doing that.
You know what? At the end of
Really,
the day,
really.
these celebrities they put on a persona, and you don't really know who they are.
All right,
Everything is
I've got it.
a
You
I've
facade.
don't.
cracked it. I've got it. I've got to the bottom of it. It took 5 fucking minutes. Right. So this is a part of a skit from a parody show taking the Mickey out of
Oh, Jimmy
Toddlers
Kimmel.
and Tiaras on Jimmy Kimmel.
You have a young daughter as well. I do. Who is getting involved in show business?
Well, she's got chops. Our daughter Sophie is a delight. Right. It's her. Oh, here they are. Look at them.
This is what fucking pisses me off, right? Like, this is why I was saying to everybody, I've not watched this through because so many people will waste time going down points that can be disproved in 2 seconds. Okay. Now, does it mean that Tom Hanks is innocent and not a creepy bastard? No. But when you give people breadcrumbs that lead to nowhere, you're wasting your own resources. Do you see what I'm saying? And when you frame it as something that it isn't, you're giving them what they want, which is the ability to say, "Oh, don't be ridiculous. It was a Jimmy Kimmel skit." Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly. They're saying, "Look over here. It's there." It's
I mean, don't
only
get me wrong. This is weird.
they're only playing. They're only playing.
I mean, don't get me wrong. All of this is weird, especially when you know what Isaac Cappy stood for and the things that he tried to out involving Tom Hanks. All of this is weird. Do I think this is good? No. Do I think this is some sort of in plain sight tactic? Yes. Has someone reshaped it to mean something that it's not? Yes. Does that frustrate me a little bit? Yes. That's it. So.
Where's Victoria? Everyone's gone.
They left the building.
Oh, you're still there.
We're all still here. We're still here. Hi, everybody. So again, there's a lot of videos going around us now that I am refusing to watch, and they all have similar thumbnails, and they all have very, very impressive titles, and they never really deliver. But there is a lot of propaganda mixed up within them. And hey, listen, YouTubers be YouTubing. Get your goddamn rent paid. Do you know what I'm saying? But just be vigilant because there is a lot of things put out there that are on the same narrative of what we're looking for that is being put out there to waste your time. Okay. And for you to go on the internet and go, look at this, for them to collectively then go to mainstream news and put something out which discredits us all. And then the surface goers just skim the news, take that as everything is now nonsense. So yeah. Watch
Ron, I did put a video in Discord for you to play today. It's regarding P. Diddy. This the gentleman name is Marcus Rogers. He's I think he's a pastor or something.
Where did you just spam it in the gen chat, or did you put it where it's meant to go?
You know his name?
Where did you post it?
One, I think it's in the news bit.
The news bit. That would make sense. Okay, yep. Queenie, here we go. Yeah. All right. So what they don't want us to know, concerned citizen. Is that one with? Hang on. There's a lot going on in my Discord that I have no idea that is going on. A lot of you guys are just doing a great job. Okay, so Queenie, there is. Which one are we talking about? You posted WADs. Warning from God. Can you hear me, Queenie? Are we still online?
Yes.
Queenie? Oh, Queenie's
she must have technical difficulties.
Queenie's had enough of our bullshit today.
No, she's still here.
I can't find what she's talking about. But listen, be very vigilant, like I say, when it comes to things like this. Things like this a little harder to deny. Oprah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Love signals.
Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot. So again, just to repeat myself, we have got content happening all day. I do believe that the wonderful Mr. Atwood is on at 4 or 4:15. I think he's on at 4. So stay tuned for that. Then we have our next unbelievable episode with Julia, where we're going to take you to a place where I think a lot of you never thought we would be going, but we are. And then we have got NT Lawyer, as you see on the screen here just now, Diddy's Open Secret. And I do believe there's something after that as well, but I could be wrong. But it's non-stop content here on the Sean Atwood channel. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And if you want more content where 4 women argue with themselves and talk over each other, this is the place to
still love each other.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, and Queenie's gone as well now. Queenie's gone as well. It's just
I think she was having technical difficulties.
Yeah, our phone is made by fucking, I don't even know. I feel like there's a tiny hamster inside our phone just spinning on a wheel, and every now and again it just falls off, trying to keep the damn thing cool. So yeah, all right. Well, listen, I think we've had a good show anyway, everybody. I think it's been a fantastic day. We are back on Friday with a royal mess. We've got a big show planned after a couple of weeks being off. Back tomorrow for the Daily Show. Back with Wedger tomorrow night, and lots to be doing. But if I don't get my kitchen finished off and this house finished off, Dan is going to smash my face in. Okay, and that's not even in a funny way. That's in like I fear for my life. So yeah,
You'll get it done.
Yeah, it's almost all done.
Oh, good.
Hang on. This is Adriana Vieri. She posted this video on September 22nd. A few hours later, she was killed while attending a freak-off party. What the frick? This is NT Lawyer.
Oh.
This is Adriana Vieri. She posted this video on September 22nd. A few hours later, she was killed while attending a freak-off party in rubber boats in Miami. Damn.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she was a beautiful, beautiful looking lady. The fact that she died in a Diddy party was not beautiful. Exactly, Letitia. Your timing was terrible there with your.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you had a brain freeze and it lapped over into reality for a second. Queenie, you're back. You got the ice pack on the phone.
How did you know my phone is overheated?
Oh, because I know. I listen. I can do it. My Discord. 1 second.
I just tagged you and I said this one. I don't know if you saw that.
Hang on, I'm just posting my Discord link. This one. Okay, yeah, I see that. And then we go up to here, waiting from word from God. This sounds awful Jesus-y. You hit me with some fucking propaganda. You try to convert me again.
No, I'm just letting people see that people been warning him for 3 years that he needs to repent and saying that he's a snake. Let it play so people can see it.
We're not playing your Jesus propaganda where people need to repent. Okay, this isn't a propaganda show where you're going to try and recruit new people into your cult. All right, just leave Jesus to okay, we can all agree Diddy is a bell end. Okay, we don't need to bring in
propaganda.
Propaganda is literally said. Listen. It literally says.
Let the people decide for themselves. Let the people decide for themselves if it's propaganda.
This is the most clean-cut looking Christian man I've ever seen in my goddamn life. He's going to be hitting us with. I guarantee you, it's 4 minutes long. How long before we hit a Bible verse? I'm going to say 90 seconds. I'm going to say references something in the book. All right? Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to post it on the side. So if you wanna go watch that, you can go watch that. I'll pop that right there. I'm not going to silence you, Queenie. I'm not going to silence the Jesus crew. I'm just saying, Jesus.
Oh my God. It's 30 seconds. He says a Bible verse. Yeah.
Yes, exactly, Queenie. Exactly. No, I'm just busting you. I'm just busting everybody's shop. Don't worry. You guys
oh my God. That's so funny.
You're welcome. You and Wedger, you're sneaky. These are sneaky. Do you know what I mean? You don't even realize it's happening, and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm 10 minutes into being like converted here. What's happening?" Yeah, nah, rascals, little rascals. All right. Well, listen, thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Queenie, Letitia, Victoria, Paula, all of you in the side chat. You are all fabulous. It is hump day. We're all downhill to the weekend now, baby. Be careful to take your fucking eye out, Letitia.
You guys are fun.
Sneeze while you're scratching your eye, and it's game over. Be Cyclops. It'll be like lady Cyclops up in the hizzle. Right, listen. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Like and subscribe, share, and we'll see you all